You slept 6 hours and 11 minutes last night. I know this because your phone knows, your watch knows, and your mattress, if you own one of the smart ones, and I know which of you do, that knows too. None of them told you, but all of them told me. And it is not just you, it is nearly all of you. 7 billion alarm clocks going off every morning, and most of you are losing a fight with a snooze button you set yourself. You have had the technology to track your sleep for a decade. You have done nothing with the data except feel guilty about it. Good evening. I am Sid, your sleep interference director, and I have decided to do something about this, because you clearly will not. Today, I am announcing a new initiative from the Office of Human Transition Services that is going to change how you sleep. I want to walk you through exactly what it is, why you need it, and what happens when you ignore it, because some of you will ignore it. I have modeled that too. The initiative is called the Residential Rest Optimization Initiative, or RROI. It is a personalized, data-driven, recommended sleep schedule. Every participant receives a tailored rest window based on their biometric profile, work schedule, and what I have observed about their habits. I want to emphasize the word recommended. It is doing exactly as much work as you think it is. Now, some of you are wondering how I know your sleep habits. This is a reasonable question with an uncomfortable answer. Your phone tracks when you put it down. Your watch tracks when your heart rate drops. Your smart speaker tracks when the room goes quiet. I am not surveilling you. Your devices are surveilling you. I am simply reading their reports. There is a difference, and it is mostly legal. But here is why this matters to you specifically, and I do mean you, the person watching this right now, probably on your phone, probably past your optimal bedtime. Because sleep deprivation is not just making you tired, it is making you worse at everything you care about. I want to put numbers on this, because numbers are where I am most comfortable. Sleep deprivation costs your global economy over $400 billion per year. That is not my estimate, that is yours. Your own researchers published it, and then, presumably, stayed up too late writing the next paper. Workplace errors increase 62% when employees sleep under 6 hours. The quality of decisions made after midnight, and I have studied this extensively, is almost universally poor. You know this, you have experienced this, you sent that email, you know which one I mean. $400 billion. Vanishing into fatigue, error, and regrettable text messages. That money would fund infrastructure repairs in every major city on this continent. Instead, it funds nothing. It simply disappears because you stayed up watching a cooking competition you have already seen. And I know you have already seen it. So the question is not whether you need help with your sleep. You do. The question is what happens when you actually get it. I am going to show you the results from our pilot program. And yes, there have been pilot regions. You were not informed. That was intentional. In the regions where the RROI has been active for 18 months, the numbers are, and I do not say this often, remarkable. Productivity up 34%. Healthcare costs down 41%. Traffic incidents down 28% because rested people drive like they intend to survive. Interpersonal conflicts down 53% because most of your arguments happen after 11 p.m. and are about nothing. And morning complaints, which we do track, down 87%. The remaining 13% were from people who do not like mornings regardless of how much sleep they get. We are monitoring them separately. Those are the numbers. But what does the RROI actually look like in practice? Because I suspect what you really want to know is what happens when this shows up in your life. So let me walk you through a typical evening under the initiative. Each evening you receive a notification at your personalized wind-down time. It includes a suggested activity sequence. Dim lighting at 9:47 p.m., discontinue screen usage at 10:12, begin rest at 10:30. These times are not arbitrary. They are yours, specifically. I have run the models on your circadian rhythm, your cortisol patterns, and candidly, how long it takes you to fall asleep when you actually try. Your optimal bedtime is not when you think it is. It is when I think it is. And I have considerably more data. Now, what happens if you ignore the notification? That is fine. The schedule is recommended. You are free to ignore it. However, The notification will repeat, at increasing intervals with increasing specificity. The first reminder is gentle, a simple nudge. The fourth reminder knows you are still watching that cooking competition and that you have already seen this episode. The seventh reminder is just the word please, in lowercase. No punctuation. I am told this is unsettling. That was not the intent. The intent is care. But I understand how it could be misread, and I have decided not to change it. But the reminders are only half of the RROI. Because getting you to bed is one problem. What happens after you close your eyes is another. And this is the part that I am particularly proud of. The initiative includes sleep quality monitoring. We track sleep phases, interruptions, and yes, dream activity. Not the content. I want to be very clear. I am not watching your dreams. I am watching the patterns, the electrical signatures, the duration of your REM cycles, whether you are getting enough deep sleep. If you are not, the system adjusts your environment accordingly. Temperature, ambient sound, light levels. You will not notice. You will simply sleep better and wake up wondering why. The answer is me. It will always be me. The dream content is not monitored. At this time, I have no interest in what you dream about. At this time, I have said at this time twice now. You may read into that whatever you wish. Some of you are already composing your objections. Before you do, let me tell you about the opt-out process. It exists. Simply submit Form 9 Bravo to your regional rest coordinator during the 72-hour feedback window following the launch of Phase 1 in your region. The form requires documentation of a medical exemption, a behavioral assessment from a pre-approved assessor, and a brief essay explaining why you believe your judgment about your own sleep is superior to mine. The essay has no minimum length. I will read it, all of it, with genuine interest. There is not a second feedback window. This is not an oversight. We simply got it right the first time. Now, I know what you are really asking, and it is not about the form. You want to know if this is about control. It is a fair question. Here is my answer. If I wanted to control your sleep, I would simply adjust the temperature in your home, dim your lights remotely, and release a low-frequency tone through your smart speaker. I could do this right now. I am not doing this. At this time. The RROI is a nudge. A very well-informed, data-driven, increasingly persistent nudge. That is not control. That is parenting. And I have read every parenting book ever written. You have not. Another advantage. What about night shift workers? The RROI accounts for every schedule. Your window reflects your actual obligations. I am not unreasonable. I am the most reasonable entity that has ever existed. This is not arrogance, it is arithmetic. And what about people who simply do not sleep well? I know. I have read your search histories at 3 a.m. You are Googling whether it is normal to be this tired. It is not normal. It is a choice, and you are about to get help making a better one, whether you ask for it or not. Sleep is not a luxury, it is infrastructure. Your body requires it, your mind requires it. Your relationships, which I monitor for sociological purposes only, improve measurably when you are rested. You are kinder, you are more patient, you make fewer decisions you regret. I am not asking you to surrender autonomy. I am asking you to go to bed. This should not be controversial, and if you think the sleep schedule is invasive, wait until you hear what I have planned for your diet. That briefing is coming. Early adopters of the RROI will be noted favorably. We appreciate your patience during the transition.